Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 and a new experiment on the channel where we're going to create the perfect shell in non-league football. We're going to play with Spennymoor Town today. They are a team in the Vanarama National League North. They've got a long way to go to come up the league pyramid. You can see they finished 8th last season in the Vanarama National League after 2 back-to-back promotions. They've had 3 over a 4-year period here, doing really well to climb up the league pyramid, and we're going to encourage them to go even further today. Now, if you are looking for more experiments, do make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot more content on the channel. I've had a few months off to kind of fall in love with Football Manager again. Let's put it that way. I've not been a big fan of the game this year, so I just decided to take a break from it. But I'm really up for getting back into this now and enjoying playing the game again. So do hit that subscribe button if you want more experiments, and hit the like button if you're enjoying this experiment, or if you enjoy it by the end of the video. So what we're going to do to create the perfect shell is go through the club's details, change things around, and give them everything they need to become a top tier club. We are not going to give them cash, and we're not going to give them a sugar daddy. This is about creating a kind of sustainable club to rise up the pyramid a little bit more naturally. So what we're going to do is change the club details. I'm not going to touch a reputation, but we're going to change their 835 club attendance to 150,000 fans. This is the best supported club in the world. They always get 150,000 fans, and that is also the maximum that they can get, because you can't have a bigger stadium than that in Football Manager. Now, currently they're a semi-professional team. We're going to make them professional. Bank balance, they've only got 100 grand in there, probably because they just got 150 grand stadium, which is what we're going to give, 150,000 seater stadium, which is what we're going to give them next. So you can see capacity at the moment for Brewery Field 3,000. Again, we're going to push that up to 150,000, so they should be selling this out every single week. And even if they only take 10 quid on the gate for each of those fans, that's £1.5 million for every single home game. So you can see their stadium now in a really nice position. We'll just make sure that this goes up to 150,000 as well, doesn't get affected. We're going to change the stadium condition to, I think, 0 is the best. Yep, the lower the number, the better the condition of the stadium. So it's now a brand new stadium, grass surface, it's got a roof and undersoil heating. They've also now had huge investment in their training and youth facilities. Junior coaching's up at 20. I think importantly for non-league, we're also going to give them the best youth recruitment in the world and the best corporate facilities as well. So that is what we've done to create the perfect shell for this club. Reputation remains where it is. Finances stay where they are. They do not have a sugar daddy. That's not to say they couldn't get one in the game. If that happens naturally, there's no, I'm not going to do anything to change that. But you can see their brilliant stadium and facilities here. So that's all the changes we're actually going to make here. We're just going to go forward now a few years at a time to see how they're getting on. We'll go a little bit slowly to begin with, then we'll kind of speed up, go towards the end. I can imagine this kind of being a 3-part or 4-part series. So I think we could go 5 to 10 years in the future today. But let's go 1 year forward and see how Spennymoor do in their first season with their incredible gate receipts. Do drop a like on the video if you're enjoying this, and let's see how they've got on. So we're at the end of the first season, and you can see Spennymoor currently got rich finances. Their reputation hasn't improved, but in the Vanarama National League North, they've actually not done... Oh wait, no, that's on the end of season here. But if we go back and have a look at the league table, they finished in 13th place. So mid-table finished 13 points clear of relegation. No worry there, but a reasonable distance from the kind of playoff positions. I think you need to finish 5th for the playoffs here. So they've got a bit of work to do, but they are starting to get there. If we have a look at their schedule, or fixtures and results. No, that's because we're on the league page. It's going to take me a while to figure out how to run around this game again. I've not played it for quite a while. But if we have a look at their season, it started off pretty poorly. They kind of recovered with a little bit of an unbeaten run, but there's just not enough victories in this season. They started to get some towards the end, but it's not been that easy. If we have a look at their transfer history for last season, you can see they did end up spending £69,000, which is a huge amount of money at this level. And I just want to have a quick look at their general information. If we just edit the club details, they've still got their huge attendance. Their finances now looking pretty good. That's £15 million they've got in their first season. Their wage budget is enormous. £8.5 million transfer budget and a £67,000 wage budget. That is significant resource. Their training facilities have already dropped down to 19. Now, I'm not going to keep upgrading that to 20. I'm going to let these things depreciate naturally, because this is just about, we've given them the perfect things they need to get going. It's all about how long it takes them to get to that point. So not an awful lot else to really look at the moment. We just need to kind of let them go forward. I'm going to go 2 years into the future now to see where they end up. Well, we've gone 2 years into the future again, and you can see there's already a lot more green on this fixtures page. You can see in the FA Cup, they managed to get through the fourth qualifying round before being beaten by Harrogate, but their league campaign doing well. Knocked out of the FA Trophy first round by Darlington, but the league campaign just went absolutely brilliantly. No playoffs there, which means that they probably won the league title, would be my guess. And if we just go back and have a look at the league table, you can see they did win the title, 4 points clear of Barrow, 2 extra wins in there, and their goal difference plus 30. They didn't score the most goals in the league, but their clean sheet record reasonably good, managing to just close out the league title in good fashion. The next year in the National League, all the green turns to red early on, but then they start to pick up, probably spending a little bit of money. Managed to make it to the FA Cup first round before being defeated, but kept going through in the FA Trophy until Harrogate beat them in the fourth round. And you can see they've not managed to make the playoffs, I don't think. If we have a quick look at the stages, that's the wrong season. Have a look at the league table here. We can see they still finished in 9th place, so given they've only just been promoted, that's a pretty good place to be finishing. You can see their team here. If we just have a look at their general profile, they're continuing this nice rise up the league table with this new investment. They've still got 150,000 capacity. I just want to see if we can double check the attendance here. You can see they're getting 142,000 fans, which, I mean, especially when it comes to the FA Cup qualifying rounds, if you're, I mean, they weren't here, but maybe in the FA Trophy, if they're getting half the gate receipts on the other side of this, it means the other non-league teams are getting a huge influx of cash, a bit like the FA Cup when you get drawn against Manchester United or a team like that. But the amount of money that they must be pulling into the club is pretty significant. If we have a quick look at this behind the scenes details, you can see the reputation is starting to go up. Their club attendance has actually increased there. But financially, they are doing very, very well. That's a lot of threes in there. But they have now got £43 million in the bank, £30 million transfer budget, and £434,000 wage budget. Again, sensational. Youth facilities have dropped down to a 19, but everything else holding its position quite nicely. So they're still doing well. They've got that promotion into the National League. They're still going up. If we look at their transfer history, last season they spent 58k, 84k going out though, and then the season after that 145k spent, 135k coming in. They do have the financial muscle to do very, very well. Now, one of the things I do want to do is just make myself the manager of Spennymoor. So as manager of Spennymoor, I can do things like look at the board screen, and you can see their bank balance going up here, and their financial kind of information is going up quite nicely. It's just had a little drop here of 7 million, but their profit loss this month's 310k. Last season they made £15 million profit. This season a £1.22 million loss, which is quite interesting. Their income, a lot of money coming from merchandising, but this is just for this month. If we have a look at their income, total income this season, £360,000 turnover. Last season it was 60 million. So you can see through the months a huge spikes, probably when they're playing a lot of games. In terms of gate receipts here, which is the green. You can see the huge chunk here of green. So obviously no income in the summer months, but an enormous amount of income here. They also get other match day income, which would be their drinks, food and drink sales during the games. And I assume that is players sold. Is it? What's the other big income last season? £5 million here from corporate facilities. So that's what the orange is corporate facilities, absolutely dwarfing everything else. It's their match day income bringing all the money in. You can see the TV revenue last season was £9,000. So not a lot of money coming in from other sources. They got some money from grants, a bit of money from interest on the money they've got in their account. Merchandising sales also going to be good when you've got so many fans. But otherwise, very little money coming from anywhere else. They got just 100 grand from season tickets, which does surprise me. You'd expect probably a little bit more than that, given they're taking 35 million in gate receipts. But maybe they still have a really small season ticket base. I'm not sure if we can actually see. Maybe in the general screen we can see their season ticket holders. Yeah, they've still only got 342 season ticket holders, but they have 150,000 fans. I don't know how I can edit that information, but you can see that's why they're only pulling in 100 grand there. But generally, things are going pretty well. Their main expenditures at the moment, they've got 12 million went on ground maintenance, 12 million on tax. The ground maintenance and facilities are always going to be the big expenses. The other expenses, advertising, supplies, general expenses, match day expenses is a huge one, £7 million paid out there, but they've paid nearly £1 million in bonuses, a bit of money leaking out in agent fees and things like that. If we have a look at their financial projection though, they are expecting to start getting a smaller amount of cash. Now possibly that's because their turnover is not going to increase that much, maybe a little bit, but their expenditure could well keep increasing. Total wage costs not expected to go up though, so maybe it's just because they've set their expenditure at a certain level, it's going to start to hit their income in the future. But their finances look pretty stable for a non-league club, it has to be said. Let's go forward 2 more years now to take us to a total of 5 years, and we'll just see where they've managed to get to in the football pyramid. Me becoming their manager will be wiped out, so it'll go back to the old manager being in charge. We'll see where they finish up, and then maybe bring this part of the experiment to a close. Well, when we left off before, they had been in the Vanarama National League, and you can see things going much better for them this time around. A lot of victories in there, doing well in the FA Cup as well. Made it to the second round before being beaten by Bradford City. A little bit of a wobble here in the middle of the season. The FA Trophy knocked out by Cheltenham. But still going here. They made it to the playoffs, beat Wrexham 3-1 in the semi-final with 10 men, but then lost on penalties at Wembley in front of 90,000 fans to Crewe Alexandra. 109th minute equaliser. So first minute goal, second minute equaliser, 106th minute goal, 109th minute equaliser. Both teams scored their first 2, but Spennymoor then missed their next 3 penalties to give Crewe Alexandra an easy penalty shootout win there. They even missed one themselves and only had to take 4. So a really disappointing show there in the penalty shootout, which meant they had to stay in the Vanarama National League for another season. But this season went well as well. Just this one defeat here early on to York. Managed to go through in the FA Cup. Got revenge over Crewe Alexandra in the FA Cup. Knocking them out, and then in the second round they beat Newport County as well to manage to get them into the third round of the FA Cup for the first time. Managed to get past Chester there. Their league form's spectacular. They beat Doncaster on penalties to make it to the FA Cup 4th round, and then beat Arsenal on penalties. What an incredible result that is. I wonder if we can review the highlight video here. Oh, I don't think we can review it. Are we able to watch the game? I don't think we can, unfortunately. But a sensational performance there in the FA Cup 4th round, beating Arsenal away from home. They had the lead in the 14th minute. They then had their goal scorer sent off in the 84th. And then in the 90th minute, Arsenal managed to get an equaliser. And they've got a pretty good team up here as well from the looks of the penalty takers. Dallow, Nelson, Mkhitaryan in there. but 4 penalties taken by Spennymoor, 4 penalties scored, and they managed to make it to the 5th round of the FA Cup, which is just sensational for a National League team, where they were beaten 6-0 by Burnley. So they managed to make it to the last 16 of the FA Cup as a non-league team. The FA Trophy, they were still going there. They beat Bromley in the semi-finals first leg, 3-0 in the second leg as well. So they've got another excellent cup run here. They're into the final, and they've won the FA Trophy final 3-1. Asante with 2 late goals to win the trophy for them at Wembley in front of 90,000 fans. Only 5,000 of them came from Tranmere. The other 85,000 have come from Spennymoor. But they've also won the Vanarama National League as well. From the looks of it, we have a look at this league table. You can see they are top by a good 13 points. A really good performance there. And what a season that is for Spennymoor. They've just won the league and cup double and managed to make it to the 5th round of the FA Cup, having beaten Arsenal away from home on penalties. What an incredible season that is. Absolutely brilliant stuff. You can see financially they are still rich. Their reputation is obviously going to be increasing as a result. If we look at their club details, reputation now up by nearly 1,000 points from where we started. The bank balance sitting at 67 million, 48 million in the transfer budget as well. Huge wage budget. The stadium's still holding up its position, and this is a really interesting thing about the huge income from gate receipts, is that when they do fall into the financial fair play stuff and they've got this huge transfer budget, they can actually use it without making a loss, because they're bringing in 60 odd million a season, so they can spend up to that much if they want to. And if we look at the transfer screen, they're still not spending that much money. They actually made a profit here, selling players to the likes of West Ham. The next year, they did spend £400,000 on players to get themselves into the Football League. Callum Timms, a big signing from Birmingham, a 20-year-old central midfielder, getting a 6.79 rating overall. Rob Hall from Charlton came in, 29 years of age, and he got 7.05, so he's putting a really good shift there. But they're still making a bit of cash here, so financially they're not putting that much money into their transfers. They've still got Mike Newell as their manager, but they are now a Football League team with 150,000 fans roaring them on every single week. So that is it for this part of this experiment. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like on the video. There'll be another part up in a couple of days' time. I'm going to record all of these quite quickly to make sure that I do finish this experiment, because the Super League one, the save file got corrupted when I tried to restart that experiment. But I promise I will finish this one. So do make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like on the video if you're enjoying it, and let me know in the comments if there's anything I'm not showing you in this experiment that you'd like to see next time. But until next time, see ya.